Yes, sir.
Okay, guys, this is going to blow your mind, but we have a guy that lives here in Oklahoma City that lives close by. He trains at his gym, and he is the best in his sport. There is no better, and I'm going to find out from him why that is. Raphael.
Hey, Jim. How you doing?
Good to see you.
Thanks for
Sit
having
back
me.
a little bit there. Yeah.
Hello, Raphael. Nice to meet you. My name's Don, and they threw me in here because they needed a third person, I guess. And so I'm happy to sit here with you and learn about you and learn about Fight for the Forgotten.
Yes, nice to meet you, Don.
Thank you very much.
How's Zach doing? How far is he now?
Oh, he's, nobody does it better than than Zach. He holds a record, a 100-mile record on the track, ran it in 11 hours and 19 minutes. Just incredible. That's a 7:01 pace. And you look like an athlete. You look like you've run. Could you imagine holding a 7:01 pace for 100 miles? Well, that's what Zach can do. And so we're happy to put him out as a runner, and glad he's here doing this today and bringing us together.
Yeah, man, that's amazing. He looks like he's just killing it. He's in the zone.
Well, when I was putting this together and thinking about Zach,
yes,
and the discipline that he lives through, the only other person that I could think of in this entire world was Raphael, who lives and breathes. And I think one of his, I think you said on a video that you used to look at jiu-jitsu and training and doing this, but at some point in time in your career, it wasn't just doing it, it was who you are.
Yeah, living it.
Living.
Yeah, that's right. You don't do your passion, you live your passion. That's right. And I'm very, very lucky that I get to do that.
And Raphael, if I could just throw in there, that when it becomes a passion, the choice becomes easier.
Oh, yeah.
When it's a labor or something that you're doing just because you're trying to impress someone else or achieve something when it's your passion, then whether you work out or get up in the morning or take that supplement or eat that meal, everything becomes just a bit easier because you're living that passion.
Yeah, 100%. It's the ultimate dream. I'm living my dream. I don't have to work any day. Like, it's not work. It's what I would do anyways.
Hey, Jim, I don't want to get ahead of you because you're the master of ceremonies.
Yeah.
So if we can ask Raphael, if I said ask you and I said, well, I'm interested, what is your passion? What is it that just drives you internally?
Martial arts. Living and breathing martial arts in every way. Bettering myself through martial arts, through learning, training, challenging myself in competition, and teaching everything that I've learned, giving back, trying to, make a positive impact on my community through my school, as well as worldwide. I travel and teach seminars all over the world, and, just try to put out a lot of positive energy and, help others grow through my experience and my journey and everything that I've learned.
That's fantastic. Go ahead, Jim. I know you had a list of questions, and here I am hogging the time. So let me step back.
We enjoy your passion. No, I've known Raphael for now quite some time because of Justin. Justin he was training in Colorado, and he gets a call from us, the nonprofit, that he wanted to build some water wells, and we said, why don't you move to Oklahoma City? And he goes, Oklahoma City? What am I going to do there in the way of training?
Yeah, I second that, by the way, Raphael. I'm waiting for the answer here.
Well,
why Oklahoma City?
He quickly Googled who's in Oklahoma City regarding martial arts, and Raphael Lovato Jr. will pop up immediately, who is the best in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Have they done a documentary on you called The American? Because Brazil wanted to claim him.
I get confused for Brazilian quite often because of my name. It's a very Brazilian name. And because of my accomplishments in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and the fact that my name could be Brazilian, a lot of people think that I am Brazilian. And in fact, I'm actually through Spanish heritage. My last name is Spanish. My father is Spanish, so more European. But it's a common mistake, and so they titled it the American. Also because for quite some time in the sport of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I was the prominent non-Brazilian figure on the competition scene for about a decade. And nowadays, there's a lot more non-Brazilians who are doing very well at the highest level in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But when Justin made the move to Oklahoma City, I was just taking the next step in my MMA career, actually. And I had just signed to fight for the same company that Justin was already fighting for. And so it was just an incredible timing for us to come together. And we had our first fight camp together, and my first fight for Bellator, we did together. He also fought that same night. And that was the beginning of me going on my championship run. And Justin and I just became super close ever since.
Fantastic.
Interesting enough about Raphael is that I've seen him fight live once, and I think it lasted 17 seconds.
It was 11.
11 seconds. 11 seconds.
That's incredible. You know, that's a little bit different than the event we're watching now. This is going 12 hours. So how's your endurance, Raphael? You're good for 12 seconds, so you put him down at 11. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, let me tell you the rest of that story. He went on to become 9-0, and quickly caught the eyes of everybody in the world.
Yes.
And got the fight.
The title fight.
The title fight with Gegard Mousasi. And that fight was, I was glad to see the 11-second fight, but that fight is worth Googling and watching, because you will see the art and the strategy and the stamina and everything about the human chess match that MMA is. In that.
Well, Raphael, my apologies to you. I only felt safe to say that because for a long
advertisement.
Sorry, that just comes in. Yeah.
Hey, Kristen, welcome back.
We just happen to have you guys chatting about this right now.
Yes, absolutely.
We do have your QR code up there that people can donate to. We are working on getting that link added to the YouTube channel as well. I know some people had asked about that, so that should be up and ready. Reminder that we do have that $10,000 matching happening, and then we've got congrats going out to our winners of the SFuels product pack, and those will come to you through social media. Nordic Track is going to be doing that, the drawing at around mile 90. So get those entries in through their Instagram page. It is going to be for the top of the line X32i incline trainer. So get that in there. We do have one spotlight athlete this hour is going to be Lee. Lee has been training for some races that have been canceled this year, but he is on the bike doing a 40K today with Zach and getting his miles in that way. So thanks, Lee. And we will take it back to you guys. Sorry to interrupt at that timeline, but we'll send it back to you now.
I'm glad.
Hey, Kristen, as long as you promise to keep giving stuff away, you can interrupt as much as often.
Okay, I promise I will keep giving stuff away. I mean, are you going to stay on the rest of the day now, Don?
Well, I will, but I need a chance to donate so I can get my name in the hat. So give me a small break and I'll get my donation done.
Okay, 2 minutes, right? That's all you need?
That's all you need. And I was talking about my friend that donated this morning. He said it was effortless. It's quick and easy and seamless and easy to do.
Okay, great. Yeah, because we really want to get that money matched today. If somebody's gonna match the $10,000 donation, let's try to get as much of that as possible in while we're on today.
Fantastic.
All right, you guys have a great chat.
Thank you. Hey,
I-
Raphael, I was apologizing to you that
Oh,
I
no.
said low endurance when I know absolutely you are an executor. There's a lot of thinking when it comes to jujitsu that you really need a chess match out there, a physical chess match, and knowing your strengths, recognizing the other person's openings where you can get into them. And so it's a thinking game, much like what Zach's doing is a thinking game too. Although it doesn't look like it because the treadmill doesn't move, he's wrestling with a lot of thoughts in his mind right now. Not so that's his competitor.
So that's why I thought it'd be great, even though Raphael's another sport, and there's a lot of runners listening, but the way he trains and the way he disciplines himself all the way through his entire living, his life every day, is why he's the best. I have a feeling it's why Zach is the best.
Yeah, you have to find the peace inside the chaos. Everything that's telling you that you want to quit, and the anxiety, the pressure, the fear. It's very meditative, and that's why a lot of people fall in love with martial arts, especially Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, because you have to forget about everything. When you're moving and you're playing that physical chess game, you're only thinking about your strategy, your movements, your techniques, your positions, and the stress of everyday life, and work, and just everything that we always have weighing on our shoulders is lost, and you're just lost in your movement.
Mm.
But of course, in a fight, there's a whole lot of fear and pressure, and so you have to once again just breathe, be calm, and find that peace to execute. If you let those fears and that negativity that can sometimes creep up in your mind, if you let it take over, then you fall apart. You can't fight with emotion. You have to just use your head, and sometimes a lot of heart.
Well, that couldn't be stated better. I thought you were describing running for a moment, because Jim, you couldn't have had a better guest on to talk about that headpiece, because Raphael, as you're saying that, it takes us a few minutes on the trail and off lifts every stress or strain, the late electric bill or the problem at work or the relationship at home or at work. Those things just kind of leave, and you become one with the trail. It's moving meditation, as we say. And I bet you a lot of the things that your community talks about, we'd have the same check marks going down the list going, that's why we do it. We love that part of it.
Yeah. I actually use running as sort of an example, for the way that I teach in regards to getting to a certain position. A lot of times we think about, okay, we're here and I want to get all the way to there, and it's so far away. And I tell people, well, look, if you take marathon runners, they're not thinking about, 20 miles from now. They're thinking about just getting to, what they can see. I just get to there. And then once I'm there, focus on the next one. And you have these checkpoints. Let me just get to there. And then let me just get to there. And then let me just get to there. And so I use that as a reference quite often in my teaching to help people not overwhelm themselves with the huge obstacles, and just looking at, smaller objectives along the way, that when they build up over time, they'll become that major endpoint that they were trying to get to.
Hey, can I finish up the story of
Oh, yes. Sorry, Jim.
His 10th fight?
Yeah. We're just busy hanging out. I'm sorry.
He flies to London for this fight. And so he is the underdog and the crowd unfavorite, right? I mean,
I fought a European guy.
Yeah.
So it's basically his backyard.
So I decided to pull it up and watch it again a couple of days ago. And it was tough. And I remember seeing it at a watch party here in Oklahoma City. And definitely, no question about it, Raphael won the first 2 rounds. In a world title, it's 5 rounds. Definitely, Raphael lost the next 2 rounds.
Oh, so now we're 2-2, right? About keeping score.
And
It's coming down to the last round.
Now you got to pull out everything that you trained for. And I remember seeing you with at least 10 guys fighting round after round with fresh guys, and to train to get up to that ability to fight the 5th round with the strength that you need. And it was over. You had him on the ground almost the whole fifth round, almost submitted him a few times, won by a close match, but won the world title.
Well, congratulations, Raphael. Well, I want to go look this up. So what keywords would I put in for this? Do you know?
Bellator and Lovato.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Hey, it looks like we have something coming up. It's a progress update. Let's take a look. 53 miles at 6:23. I think we're right on target for a world record here. It's looking good. What do you guys think?
That's incredible, man. I cannot believe that.
So
I
this is
absolutely
Dave's-
hate to run.
That's the world record right there on the treadmill. And
Yeah,
this
so
is Zach's
He's
world
on.
record.
Okay.
yeah, so he's that bottom line, and then we've got Dave Proctor, who was on earlier. And how cool for a guy to come on that it's his record that he's chasing. That says a lot about a community when the person's record's at risk. 2019, so it's not an old record. It's fairly fresh.
Yeah.
And I mean, he hasn't even worn his shirt out that he had printed up, and he's coming on to give support to the guy chasing him. And here we have the average heartbeat. And what's really amazing with this is 148. He's been at about this same heart rate, so his workload has been even since the start. The 809 mile, that must have been a change or something when he changed machines or went out and got the mail or something, because Zach's running about a 7-minute pace. So that was a little bit longer.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I think he had to stop and do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to hear Raphael's story. I mean, I would have got off to hear how that fight ended. That's what I would have done.
Well, it has been an honor to be a part of Raphael's life and have him be a part of our team, fight team. We call it. Zach's a part of our fight team. And we just love these professional athletes that are the best and top of their game, and fighting for us and fighting for the kids here in Oklahoma and around the country, and fighting for the pygmies in Africa. We're gonna learn more about that as we go along.
That's fantastic, Raphael. It was my honor to get to meet you. I'm richer for it. I'm not just saying that. I feel that it was fun to learn that your community and our community, although we never meet in the same parking lot, are a lot alike. And that's probably a takeaway. Maybe what you guys teach with your charity is there's a lot of similarities on all sides.
Definitely. I just want to say, like, as far as Justin Wren goes, he kind of came on and became a student and a training partner of mine. And then I also became a student of his, seeing how Justin really, for me, whenever I'm fighting and competing, I'm always representing my team, my students, my family. And Justin showed me how, we can also fight for an even bigger cause, to make the world a better place. And it really opened my eyes, and he was a huge inspiration and motivation for me. He has been over these last several years. And so, it's just my privilege and pleasure to always support Fight for the Forgotten and anything that they're a part of, anything that Justin gets a part of. And Justin's been telling me about Zach for quite some time, and everything that he's been doing. And I just think it's amazing for him to put himself through this kind of stress. Obviously he makes it look easy, but for sure he's digging deep, and he's in his zone. He's finding his peace inside you know, a lot of pain, and he's doing it for a great cause. And I just think that's so amazing. So thank you guys for having me, and for everything that you're doing to make this world a better place. I just think it's incredible. So I'm happy to be a part of it.
Well, thanks for joining us today. And you know why I know you're good, Raphael? Because you're pretty. Because somebody that gets beat up all the time wouldn't look as good as you.
It's the camera angle is being nice to me. I got a lot of scars, a lot
Right.
of on my face, but I'll take it. Thank you.
Okay.